I'm very pleased to introduce Ujjwal Singh, who is the founder CEO of Infinity Learn, which is a test prep organization, and I'm sure Ujjwal will share a lot more. I've had the very, very good fortune and privilege of working with Ujjwal for about 6 months on a project as well. So my team and I at Parthenon's education practice, we've had that very good privilege of doing that. So let's just kick off. Ujjwal, we've got lots of questions for you. But why don't we start by you sharing a little bit about your journey first before we jump into the wonderful realm of Gen AI? Why don't you share a bit of your journey? What prompted you to education, more specifically EdTech, which, like Mahesh said, is now at the cusp of, the Gurukul system with EdTech. So what's your journey been like?
Thanks, Avantika. Thank you so much, guys, to invite me for this first session. I'm like the dinosaur in the industry. This is my 26th year in education, and not wrong to say EdTech, because I started from TCS and moved into training division and finally landed myself after 2 years in NIIT. That was the EdTech in 1990s. My whole journey is inspired by my parents, because they run a school. There's a small city near Varanasi called Balia. It's a large district in UP. I come from that. So my father started a school. I started going there and teaching early age. And that's where I got inspired. And then I said, okay, rest of my life in education. That's it.
No, that's beautiful, Ujjwal. From a school in Balia with a few thousand students to now, building a platform for lakhs of students. I'm sure, it must feel very gratifying to be able to go through this journey, right? Tell me specifically now, starting to talk about technology a little bit, what did you have to unlearn and relearn as you propel towards Infinity Learn, right? Because again, and even before we get to Gen AI, I'm sure from a tech standpoint, and how do you blend technology with education? What was that process of unlearning, relearning, and new learning, I suppose?
So, all of us build our own biases. I was like on the seventh sky. I used to manage 80 countries, content for Pearson, flying 200 days a year. And then I landed here. And I said, okay, I know it all. I almost know it all. I know how it works. And we started building 3-minute, 2-minute videos for students, and rendering and reaching it fast to the smaller cities and all that. And then I took that product or prototype product and took it inside a school. And the children said, no, we don't want this. And that was the first time I was like, oh, wow, I got jolted heavily. I said, why you don't like this? Said, these are like bite-sized. What do I do with this? See, in this system, in the test prep segment, every Sunday there's examination. Monday there's analysis. For the Sunday preparation, I start on Tuesday, because Monday is analysis, Tuesday I start. And this is the weekly cycle which goes.
Yeah.
How do you manage to ensure that I get to see things at one go? Don't solve the lowest order problem for me. Solve the higher order problem for me, and slowly and gradually, I will manage to start solving low order problems myself. We made 15-minute videos. We finally started making 1-hour video, and the consumption is 15 to 20 minutes is highest. Second highest is 1-hour video. The third highest is 2 to 5 minute videos. So, and the learning patterns are so different when you're dealing with a grade 1 to 5 children to a 12th child. Is so different. There's so many more examples I can give you where I had to unlearn a lot to learn new things.
Let's jump into Gen AI now, right? Which is our topic for today. And there are 1,000 people who are listening to us, Ujjwal, and not all 1,000 come from the education sector background. Of course, I think the good thing with education is we've all been a student at some point in life, right? So we can relate to a lot of it. But really, if you had to kind of, for the benefit of the 1,000 of us on the call, what are the Gen AI use cases really, right, for a student? And what are the Gen AI use cases for a teacher?
2019 onwards, I started evaluating AI. And very interestingly, anybody who comes to me till date wants me to be intelligent. Means as Ujjwal Singh or Infinity Learn to be intelligent. And I say, okay, I understand that. Oh, you will know where the consumer is, how are they using patterns, this, that. You will become very intelligent. I said, what happens after that? Then they can't answer that. So we went on a drawing board and said that if we have to work on in this space of AI, and this is April last year when I was in GSV US, and I then spent a few days with my old friends who were working in the space of AI. I came back and then we said, boss, we need to burn some midnight oils to say we are lagging behind. We need to be in this space. And we said, let's define what is AI for us. We very categorically said we are an education company. So if it's a sales and marketing AI, we'll go to a third party. If it is CRM, customer service based AI, we'll go to a third party. So if it is only learner and teacher based AI, we will focus on ourselves. Everything else will outsource it. So that became very clear. Then I think the clarity emerged is that there are three phases in AI is actually there. One is a point solution. Point solution means I want help now. So if you see this use cases which is going around the world, which is like doubt solving, which Salkhan was trying to do with his son yesterday, or he was doing even in GSV last year. These are all point solutions. I need a solution, help me with something. And there are a lot of things which GenAI is helping us to do, a lot of things the education pedagogy, and I'm going to talk about that. The second is application solutions. That okay, can I do mastery in math on GenAI today? May not be, but can I do geology and botany? Yes, there's a lot of work. Geology and botany can happen there. And then finally, imagine a system-based AI. Means for all of test prep, how the AI will work. I take test across 2 years. It knows everything about my strengths and weaknesses, helps me prepare for 3 days before the test, 5 days before the test, on the day of the test, ensure that I remember those 3 formulas, which I'm forgetting every time, and takes me to the exam hall. Now, these are 3 phases. We converted them into 3 different solutions. We said, okay, point solution, build a doubt solution, but give a scaffolding. So if you remember, because all of us have gone to school, and imagine your school class and you said teacher has asked a question. Now there are some students who will start answering it. And imagine if the first or second answer is wrong. The teacher will actually say, okay, let me give you a hint. Let me solve you one step. And that's how the scaffolding happens over a question answer inside a classroom. Every time not is a straight question, straight answer. So we built a scaffolding based, and you would have seen even in Salkhan's thing, he's also, and Khan Academy is a lot about scaffolding based solutioning. So that it is not a teaching device, a cheating device that, okay, I asked you a question and you answer me and I can solve the homework. It's not that device. It forces you to learn through this process of answering. So that was one. But what is our major? Second is the AI teacher, which the whole world is talking about, which is system solution. But sorry, application solution. But what is the system solution? Which I think when I talk about it, people think that is possible and that can change the game in the industry. I think AI motivator is the biggest game changer, which we are definitely working with. I think globally a lot of people are working. What does AI motivator do? So look at it. Imagine a 2-year tough journey when you have to take multiple tests. All of us are prepared for one or the other, whether JE or CAT or something or other.
In this country, yes, all of us are prepared for some exam or the other.
True.
Yes.
And there are good days and bad days, and you get motivated on a good day and you get demotivated on a bad day. For a teacher to physically know who has done very well, apart from those 5 or 7 or 10 who are top in their batch, is very difficult. But for an AI to know, even if I'm a 50%er, the AI can find 3 threads, saying that question number 7, only 3 people did it right, you are one of them. So this concept is very clear for you.
Hmm.
You are not studying 7 to 9 for last 6 days. Your performance on this examination is not good. This is one reason. Teachers on a physical environment to know everything about the child is very difficult. But for AI to know in the learning environment, all smallest data points, building a small track to say that how is this child doing? Is there any correlation between topics and subtopics? And I need to help this child. Is that work? I think 2025 definitely you'll start seeing some of this work available in the education industry.
What else is happening globally when it comes to application of AI, either from a teaching standpoint or as a motivator, like you said? What's happening globally? And then, of course, we'll talk a little bit more about India. Any interesting ideas, examples that you've observed?
So I think on the teacher side, in US, a lot of teachers have started using AI inside classrooms. Particularly, it is becoming a teaching assistant, a teaching tool. And because I'm watching this market at this point of time, mostly because in India we do a lot of work on B2C, but I'm seeing some of those actual implementations happening. Teachers started talking about it, and because also infrastructurally they are a little ahead of us. But in India also, I think there are some schools have started using it. How we see it in a B2C environment, how we see AI is helping teachers. So today, one of the experiments which we are doing is that in a live class, imagine as two of us are talking and an auto-generated poll has gone to all the 1131 attendees. Basis the conversation which we are doing. So this is the experiment which we are doing, is that because it is so difficult, all those who have taught in their life will know that teaching a 45-50 minute class is a really tough job. It looks very easy. What is the teacher doing? But it's a very tough job. And now in between stopping, doing a poll, answering a quiz questions is not so easy, because you are engrossed in delivering a set of things. And how technology can help is that, imagine basis gravitation is getting taught in the first 15 minutes. You have started teaching the theory of gravitation, and then automatic a poll for engagement is going to all the audience. And people who have not done the polls right, the system is storing it, and as soon as the class ends, they are getting 2 notifications saying that these 2 questions you did not do right. Please read this text or watch this video to understand, and then take them to an automated journey of small quiz again. So this whole journey is not about live class. Live class is very important, but from live class, have you actually learned or not, which is our core philosophy, bacha sikha ki nahi. So how do you know that larger class is understood or not? On the teacher side, there's a lot of work happening to make the teacher's job easy, so that the teacher can actually enhance their teaching inside the classroom, online or offline. Learner side, I only keep giving one example. This is like, if you go to a doctor, the first thing he says, go get a blood test. And from the test report, you have hundreds of parameters getting checked with a drop of blood. I don't know how much time we will take, but we are in that journey as far as education as a fraternity, that our test reports are becoming much better. Analysis is happening. And then basis that report, we start understanding the child better. Now, whether 1 test or 10 tests or 100 tests, we understand the learner better. Basis that, we can give far more precise, inputs. This whole philosophy of 79 out of 100. What do I do with this?
Yeah.
So where did I lose this 21 marks? Did you expect me to gain that or no? So I think those preciseness in our report cards, preciseness on saying that, how do I improve? It's like a performance appraisal system saying that, oh, you are 3 out of 5. Okay, great. But what do I do to be 5? Oh, that I don't know. Yeah. So I think till the time we are very precise on that aspect, we are not helping the learner. So our aspiration, and we are doing a lot of work in that, and our reports have improved a lot in last 2 years. Our aspiration is to make it better, so that teacher can say, study these two small subtopics, you will move from 79 to 85. That's it. Focus on that's 1 hour.
It's a curious question around the vernacular, right? Because right now, I think, in India, as we know, we are extremely diverse. So do you have a view on the linguistic diversity that will exist? There are different boards, CBSE, ICSE, now all the international curriculum boards, all the state boards. Do you see any application of Gen AI or any case study or a use case that combines the different curricula, but also combines or applies Gen AI from a linguistic standpoint?
So I don't think curriculum point of view, it will have a huge impact, because I'm a big believer that this boards which you see is like bottle in different branded waters. End of the day, water is water. So everybody is learning algebra or friction or whatever topics are taught. So water is water. You can put it under Bisleri and Aquafina and Kinley. That's absolutely fine. I think the crux of the matter is Gen AI in linguistic ability. And it is also because my personal background is little semi-rural kind. So because of the family I come from, I think this can change the way learners learn. See, the privilege, metro, always has this, super facilities available. There's no dearth of teachers, good teacher, money. Even staying in Bangalore, you want a math teacher to come home, they'll come home. But imagine a small tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 town where aspirationally anybody is doing well is migrating to a metro or a semi-metro city. You're left with relatively struggling people, and they become a teacher or something else. I think the digital gap which is generated because of this ability to get good privileged services and non-privileged services, I think AI will bridge that gap to a large extent.
Thank you so much for doing this.